game on. It's game on. We are big on sports. Big on sports.
Unai Emery officially unveiled as Arsenal's new manager, taking over Arsene Wenger, who was at the club for the last 22 years. And we do have confirmation that Carlo Ancelotti has also been appointed on a 3-year deal with Italian Serie A side in Napoli, down in Italy. And also the action from the African Youth Games set to start today. Uganda up against Egypt, both in the boys and in the girls. Drama in the Azam Uganda Premier League continues tomorrow, and also action from the National Basketball League from last night. Newcomers in KCCA men's side getting yet another defeat, having beaten the team in Sharing Youth. A very warm welcome to Game On Lunchtime Sports Updates. It is 24th May, the year 2018, and I'm Nicholas Norbert Rubobi. Today, I'm not alone in studio. I'm joined by two special guests in Shuzo Sakamato, and that is Sadie in Segirinya, who are here to talk about the project in the African Dreams Soccer program, where we do have, well, interesting youngsters who are the future of the sport in football. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'll start with you. I'm okay. How have you been?
Fine, thank you.
Nice. Shuzo Sakamoto. That's the right pronunciation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. How have you been?
It's fine.
Yeah? You
But
like
a bit
Uganda?
nervous.
Yeah? A bit nervous.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens usually when you're making your debut in a big club, and then they expect so much of you. And then when you walk out that tunnel, you have nerves all over you. And then there's one way to deal with them. Just calm down, deal with the pressure, and do your best. And I believe in the next 10 minutes, we'll be doing our very best. Quickly, tell us about, I'll start with you, Sadie. Tell us about your role with this project.
Well, our role with this project is that they're partnering with us and they're working with less privileged children from Nasana. So they will be scouting kids from their camp where they're working from. And once they scout a talent that they think is promising, then they can be able to bring them to us, to Edgar's, because that is our work we are doing. We've been in existence for over 14 years, since 2004, working with kids from 3 to 17. So once a talent is identified, they bring it to Edgar's Youth Program and then support them. And our role as coaches to ensure that we nurture the talents of these kids and develop them. And in future, because they have connections outside as well, once the child has developed and they think is now good to go, they can always link them up to clubs in Japan where they are. But for now, our main role is to train the kids that they will have identified from where they're working from in Nasana.
Sakamoto, coming to you, tell us about this Africa Dream project. What is it all about?
All right, that produced by Katana.com, and our founder Keisuke Honda, who is a former AC Milan player.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we normally travel around 3 East African countries.
That's Uganda, yeah,
Rwanda, and Kenya.
and Kenya.
And then we have 2 concepts. The one is we take place a free football school for less fortunate children, like slum, like very challenging, lost to their parents. Yeah, we produce free football school for them. That is one.
Okay.
And then the other one is if we find a talented player, we produce this player to our attachment club.
Okay.
Here in Rwanda, Uganda, we link up to Edgar Youth Program. So
The Edgar Youth Program.
yeah, we link up to this.
Okay.
Program. And then if we find a good player, we enroll and then
To them.
Yeah, to them.
Okay.
And then they take care of them.
So they groom the player.
Yeah, and then we
Till what age?
from 12 to 15 now so far. But I don't care about that because we have 4 or more than 5 clubs, foreign countries, professional clubs. So we also produce from here to our club, like Australia, USA, Cambodia, like that. Yeah, so I'm sure we can give them opportunity to play as a professional near the future.
Sadie, he talks about, having these kids, getting them from less privileged backgrounds. We know so many of these footballers from across the world, some of these superstars have come from very rough backgrounds. Why have you decided to go out for less privileged families? Because I can imagine a kid from a rich family can be as good as a kid from a very poor background.
Well, it's not our first time. We've worked with less privileged children before. Actually, for those who have been following us, in 2008, we organized the first nationwide Deaf League. We were working with the deaf schools. It was organized countrywide. We've worked with Naguru Remand before, with the juveniles. We've worked with the street kids at Naguru and Kansanga as well. But when they came in, because at Edgar's we enroll kids regardless of their background, so they come from different backgrounds.
Okay.
But now once we get an opportunity, maybe to continue helping the less privileged children, and then there's support coming in from someone, we think it is a blessing for us to put in our hand and be able to support these kids so that in future they can become better people.
Sakamoto, besides teaching them football and getting the best out of them, are there any other beneficiaries being part of the Africa Dream soccer program?
Yeah. Besides the football, we have 4 companies to support by this project, and now we are coach just focus on the football.
On the football right now.
All right now. But these companies, they have each professional, right? So some future we are going to invite them and then take place some class for PC, for car, inspection car, and then what. So if they will not success as a football player, but they can learn many things from this project.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So besides football, if you don't make it in the program, you can actually find yourself involved in something else in that very project.
Yeah.
Interesting. Still sticking with you, Sakamoto, when you look at yourselves, your company, why have you decided to partner with Edgar's youth program? Why not Proline? Why not the other Rising Stars Soccer Academy? Why, why Edgar's in particular?
Yeah, because we have one professional club in here, Uganda, the Bright Stars.
The Bright Stars?
Yeah,
oh,
so
the one in Murray.
We are very interested in the Proline as well, but this was one of our competitors. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So this was just something because you relate with them easily.
Yeah. So we
Interesting.
decided to link up the Edward Youth Program, and then just I hope to get along with this youth
Partnership.
team. Yeah, partnership. Yeah.
Sadie, how long has this marriage, been around, you and them?
Not so long. Actually, the launch was done on the 5th of May. It was at KCC.
That was this very month?
Yeah, this very month. So it's just starting.